Christmas season is finally upon us, but with all the decorating, gingerbread house making, and hot chocolate sipping comes giving gifts. Now, if you're anything like me, then you never know what to get people for gifts, and you don't want to spend a lot of money, but you want to give them a really unique gift. Well, this video, I'm going to show you a couple of gift ideas that I'm going to be gifting my friends and family this year. They all involved handmade crafts. They're each really unique and different. So I hope this video somewhat helps you decide what to get people as a gift this Christmas season. And yeah, I hope you enjoy. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is a line art like picture sweatshirt. So I actually made one of these for myself on a tank top and it turned out so cute. I'm deciding to replicate it and put it on this orange cropped hoodie that I had. So you can find like sweatshirts at thrift stores, or you can also like buy a new one off of Amazon or Target, things like that. But then you can add like your own little spin on it and add something really unique to the person. So a way to make this super unique to the person is, like, if it's your friend and they have a Pinterest, you can go on the Pinterest page and find like a simple line art drawing and use that to put it on a sweatshirt. So I'm gonna go on my Pinterest board and find a cool line art drawing that I think looks really good, and I'm going to sew it onto a strap piece of fabric and then sew the strap piece of fabric onto the sweatshirt. And it should turn out really cute. Make sure that you look for something semi-simple so that you can sew it on with a sewing machine. It does it a little tricky with the sewing machine. So you want to make sure that's not too complicated, but also like make it super unique. You could also draw your own picture and then like sew it and put it on the sweatshirt. That would be super cute and customizable. So yeah, let's get started. So I went on my Pinterest page and found this line art drawing that had a little flower on the face and put it into a Word doc and printed it out. I printed out the drawing so that it would fit about half of a normal sheet of paper size. I then roughly cut out the picture and then also roughly cut out a square of strap fabric that was about the same size. We'll go back and clean up the edges later. I then pinned the four corners of the picture onto the strap fabric and began sewing. You want to go really slowly while sewing on top of the paper and fabric. You basically just want to sew on top of the lines, but since there's a lot of curves and edges, make sure to go slowly. Continue doing this until you cover up all the lines with the thread. I used black thread so that it would contrast on the white fabric, so whatever you do, make sure that you use a thread color that stands out. You then want to grab a glass of water and gently tap the water onto the paper. This will make it wet and easy to tear apart. Tear gently so that you don't pull out the thread. Once it's all cleaned, I went ahead and did a zigzag stitch around the four edges just to prevent fraying, and then sewed it on to the middle of the sweatshirt. This is how it turned out. I absolutely love how it turned out. I think it's so cute and you can really personalize it. I also made a tank top for myself. It has like a little mountain view on it and it's super cute. This is like such a great DIY and it was really simple, as you saw. Just like go slowly while you're sewing and it turns out really cute and I love it. This is like a great holiday gift, birthday present. You can like put someone's name on it. Super fun and cute, and I hope you guys try this because I had a lot of fun. Next up on making your own Christmas gifts is embroidering. I feel like this is such a great gift because you could embroider literally anything, and it's a handmade gift that you spent a lot of time on that really means something to the other person. So if you guys follow me on like Instagram or TikTok, then you know that I make custom embroidered sweatshirts and hoodies and stuff like that for customers. So I guess I have like a lot of embroidering experience and I have all the supplies. So my grandma actually asked me to make embroidered pillowcases for my aunt. So this is totally her idea and I loved it. She had a little design and an idea that I sketched up for her, but she gave me the pillowcases. I think she said she got them from Bed Bath & Beyond. But they're just like two plain white pillowcases, and I'm going to embroider like a little butterfly and flowers right at the very top in the center on the little extra seam, if that makes sense. I don't know what it's called. So I sketched up a design for her and she approved it. So I'm going to get started on doing that, and I'll also show you guys how I embroider and the stitches and the steps that I use to make sure that they last for a long time and last even after the person washes them. So yeah, Embroidering is definitely a great gift, and it's so much fun. You can totally customize it, use the person's favorite colors. You could do it on a t-shirt, a sweatshirt, even on socks. It's really cute. I have a couple socks that I've embroidered for me and my friends. You could embroider a little hair scrunchie, embroider a mask. You know, it's a bunch of different things that you can do, and you can really have a lot of fun with it and make a really special gift for someone. So yeah, time to embroider. I first started out by sketching the design with a pencil on the pillowcases. Since the pillowcases are white, I could just sketch it with a pencil, but if you're using something that is a different color, then you might have to use a pen, or you can go ahead and skip the part of the sketching and just go straight to embroidering it. What you'll need to embroider is an embroidery loop, which makes the fabric really nice and tight so that you can thread the needle through, and then of course you also need needle and thread. So I'm first starting out with black thread, and I thread the needle, and basically I use one stitch for literally everything that I embroider. There's a bunch of different embroidering stitches and techniques, but I feel like the classic back stitch is the best and lasts the longest. So basically all I do is pull the thread and needle through the fabric, and then about a couple centimeters away I'll send it back through the fabric. Again, a couple centimeters away I pull the thread and needle up, and then send it back down in the hole of the previous stitch. So as you can see that I'm doing, it creates a continuous line, and I just trace my stitch on the pillowcases and make this butterfly. I do this exact same stitch for coloring in areas as well. I use a back stitch and then just go back and forth until I cover the entire area. It is tedious and takes a long time, but it's worth it. When you're done using your thread or want to switch colors, what I do to create a knot in the back is pull the needle and thread to the back side of the fabric and then send the needle through a little chunk of one of the previous stitches, and before pulling it all the way through, stick the needle and thread through that little loop of leftover thread. This creates like a double knot, and then you can cut off the excess thread and it won't come unloose. And are you ready for this transition? Boom. If only it was that easy. It does take a while, but I just turn on my favorite show, which is Grey's Anatomy, and you know, my cat sometimes interrupts me here, which makes the process even longer, but she's just too cute. These pillowcases took me a long time. I literally was embroidering for days on the couch, on the sink, on the toilet, just kidding, but I love how they turned out, and I really hope my grandma and aunt liked them as well. Okay, I'm back with my sister for the final DIY, which is funky candles. We got these at Target, probably for like $5. And if you own TikTok, you've probably seen this before, but here I am again to show you how to do it. This is my first time, and I think these candles are really cute. I'll probably end up bringing these back to LA with me. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, water in, just a little bit hot, not too hot. Don't boil the candles. Okay, now we have the candle. And they say to put it in and like try to bend it. Dude, just not bending. No, I know, not yet. It has to be warm. Okay, so I'm stupid. You're supposed to let the candles sit in the warm water for about 15 minutes before you try to bend them. Of course, that made so much sense. We did end up adding like almost boiling water to this mixture because you want it to be warm enough so the candles are like really loose and flimsy, but at the same time, you don't want to boil them, so it's a little tricky to find that balance, but I believe in you. We figured it out, so you can definitely do it. Once the candles were nice and soft, we started bending them in the water. I've seen multiple videos that say that it's easier to bend the candles while they're still in water. So while still submerged, we started just folding them and bending them into different shapes. I decided to go for the snake shape that I've seen, and honestly, that was the way to go. It took me about 30 seconds to do and was really easy and turned out pretty good. My sister, on the other hand, wanted to try the twisting candles. So we first flattened about half of the candle using a mug and then started twisting it around. It was pretty hard to twist. You'll be surprised at how much resistance the candles have against wanting to be formed, but just keep going. It didn't turn out exactly how we wanted, but it's not too bad, and I don't know, for our first try, I think it's pretty cute. After you're done, you want to plop the candles into some cold water and they'll harden up real fast. Oh my god! I just burnt. I was wondering why it was so fucking hot. We then tried to connect our two candles by melting the wax and sticking it together, but first of all, I burnt half my nail off, and then they didn't stick together, so I don't know how people online do this.
Okay.
This was hard.
It's just embarrassing.
I mean, mine was pretty easy because I picked an easy design. The twisting, hard. Watch multiple videos before you try to do that. But honestly, for our first try, not watching videos, it's not too bad. Very like DIY gifted thing, which is what we were going for. This one though, on the other hand, is very cute. I think if you like made a set of these, of little candles, that'd be a really good gift for like your grandma or something, or like, you know, your artsy little friend that likes this stuff.
Red, green, white.
There you go. You've heard it here first, folks. So yeah, I mean, out of all the DIY projects I showed in this video, this one was definitely the most homemade looking. But that is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Do not be ashamed. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great Christmas. I hope you guys have fun making some presents, and Happy New Year.
Happy holidays.
Bye. Which one do you like better, Dad, of the candles?
Okay, hey.
Hey, which one do you like better?
Both are good.
No, yeah, pick one.
I have to pick one?
Yeah.
I pick a
Mine.
like a shape.
Why?
No, because it's a bit more curly. This is twisting.
Well, yeah, you just described it.
Okay.